All right, guys. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 3 of the Conflicted Podcast. We are with our good friend, Josh Lankin. What's up, brother?
Thank you for having me, guys.
We're ready. We were having some good conversations, as usual. I hope these mics work. Maybe move it a little closer to your face here. Move. Ready? Look up like you're talking to us.
All right, cool.
That should work. And then we're going to have to share this thing because I bought a pack of 3, but they don't work, unfortunately.
It's all good.
First guest,
Josh Lankin on
It's
the
an
ghetto,
honor.
very ghetto podcast, but it's good.
Making it work.
Making it work.
Cool.
So I already wrote out a few questions that I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I've got some great questions, but
Yeah.
I just want to hear about like who Josh Lankin is, and we are obviously Tiger Schulman's affiliated, being a Sensei Jones.
yes.
Can you say hi, by the way?
Yeah, Sensei Jones, Tiger Holmes, Horsham.
And I'm Charlie Holmes, manager of Colmar. So, as being Tiger Schulman's, you are also slightly affiliated.
Yeah.
Majorly affiliated, right?
Yeah.
You grew up kind of your base right there. So,
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about how you got started in Tiger Schulman's.
Yeah, so I'm an open book, so you can ask me any questions. But to start with that question, I started training in 2007 when I was 4 years old. My whole family was training. My mom, my dad. I guess my brother didn't start training yet. He was like 1. But yeah, my dad started first. And then I remember going into the original Chalfont location and becoming like the purple belt and doing, the...
Man, you were a cub.
Yeah, I was a
You
cub.
were young.
Yeah.
So, what, you were like 4?
Yeah. And then as I started to grow up, I remember meeting him because he was like friends with my dad training. And I don't think you were even working there yet. You were a red belt when I first met you. And then,
No, I wasn't working.
yeah. But I thought you were sick. Yeah, I guess you were like my age now at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was, as a red belt, I was going in all the time, but
Hmm.
I don't think I was working there yet.
Yeah,
I was just training a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then my dad would go to the adult class and he would bring me with. And I remember watching and talking to Christian. And then, yeah, I stuck with it for a while. And then as I started to get older, I wanted to go less and less and didn't really understand discipline and all that, which is one of my biggest regrets is stopping martial arts. And then I got back into it in middle school and high school. I competed for the first time in 2018. So I guess I was a sophomore in high school.
At what, COC?
Yeah. And then I took a break again during COVID. And then, so that was 2020, and I stopped for a little bit.
Awful time, by the way.
Yeah. And then after COVID ended, I was working a job that had me there until like 8 or 9 p.m. And like there's no time for me to train at night. And
Was that Walmart?
No, I was working at LA Fitness. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this was after Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And then I was working at LA Fitness, and then I remember my ex-girlfriend and I broke up, and I was like, and the next day I was like, I'm gonna start training again, and I went in the next day, and it was a Saturday morning. I met Charlie.
Yep, I remember that.
I was like saying to Sensei, I was like, look, like I don't want to do the beginner class. Like I got some built up. Like I need to start fighting. Like just throw me in there. I don't care if I get beat up. And of course he was like, no, you got to do the beginner class. So
Gotta pay your dues.
exactly,
Gotta pay your
yeah.
dues.
So that was so I did the beginner class for a couple weeks, and thank God I did because I was like gassed. I was dead doing that.
That's what that beginner class is for.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
in like really good shape.
Yeah. And then I started training. Like I started doing sparring and all that, and doing the advanced class. And ever since then, I've been super consistent and like fell in love with it. And this is the only thing in life that I've really like fell in love with for a long period of time. Like I'll never stop training.
Yeah.
I took bodybuilding super seriously, and then that just like started to fade away, and then like I just was disciplined and just kept working out, but I never really enjoyed it after like 8 months, right? even though I got great results. Like I just, it just wasn't my passion.
Were you just doing it for looks, or do you genuinely plan on like taking a career in bodybuilding?
No, definitely not a career in bodybuilding.
You never like dreamed of it?
No.
Wow.
I just dreamed of being, jacked and sexy and being able to look good, feel good.
Yeah.
I had it made me super confident being in good shape because I was always like super skinny and like unhealthy and short, and so I like that was like the first thing where it's like, okay,
Short people
yeah,
problems.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? All right, I can do things to make myself look better, and working out did that for me, and I started to feel super confident. But I felt super confident after I was able to like build some muscle and get pretty strong and build the physique, and then but I didn't realize what real confidence actually was until recently. Until like it's like, okay, like I can walk into any gym and fight anybody at any time. Like that's.
Did martial arts prompt you to get into lifting, or was lifting like kind of its own journey after you had left?
Yeah, lifting was its own totally separate journey. Yeah.
What age was that?
18. Yeah.
18.
After I graduated high school, I was I was working an awful job that I hated. I was working in a cold storage warehouse, driving a forklift.
Not Walmart yet?
This was way after Walmart. This is after I graduated high school.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So Walmart, I was like
good.
9th to 10th grade. Yeah, that was.
Wait, were you forklift certified?
Yeah.
So you had the card and everything?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I'd be so scared to do that.
Really?
I was.
I
was.
I would be terrified because
So-
I would be so afraid like one of those things fell
Mhm.
and then you're responsible for it.
no, you could like
Yeah,
murder
I'd
somebody
probably
on
get
those
fired
things.
the first
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I can't explain like what that part of life was like. It was it like forced me to mature. Like I was a degenerate idiot 18-year-old kid. All my friends were at college and I was working as a forklift driver from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. in a freezer, bundled up like I'm in Antarctica with like 40 or 50-year-old guys that do this like this is their career. And then like it was a nightmare. And like I said, I worked 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I remember one night it was like 1 a.m. and I'm driving on this forklift. It goes like 5 miles per hour, and I'm like, and my coworkers were idiots. Like most of them, this is like their job after jail, or like this is like their 50th job as an adult,
Yeah.
and they would like talk shit to me, and they would get into fights with each other.
Like a negative.
It was a horrible workspace.
Like calling you young.
Yeah,
busting balls for you.
yeah. And, like it was bad. Like they would like knock stuff off my forklift and things like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they were like hazing.
Yeah. Essentially, they just knew they could get away with it.
It's like that in the trades.
Yeah, and
It's
then
like so rough because it can be.
We
yeah,
talked about that a little bit in the very first podcast.
yeah.
Oh, we did,
yeah. And then there was a night. It was probably like 1 a.m. and I was driving this forklift around like 5 miles per hour, and I just like pulled it over and just like broke down. I was like, I can't do this. Like this is not what I'm meant for. I'm not supposed to be around these people. I'm not supposed to be in this freezer. I know I'm meant for something else. And since I was maybe 15 or 16, I always knew like I was going to do something with business. I knew that was going to be my thing. I didn't know what it was. I knew I was going to be successful. And then that was like my wake up call where it's like, all right, I need to get out of here. And I didn't know the first step to take. So I figured the best thing that I could do was just go to the gym, like start with that. So I quit that job.
And
And
this is when you were here in Pennsylvania.
yeah. This was, I guess I was like 18.
Because like I'm loving the story. Like I want you to continue the story.
Yeah.
I'm just really pumped to hear like once you transition to Florida and
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
as well with your business, with
Yeah.
training and everything like
Yeah, I'll get to that in a
Yeah,
second.
keep going.
Yeah, so
that. Weird my arms here.
No. Is it weird my hands here?
yeah, so I quit that job and I started working out, and I started taking working out super seriously. Fell in love with it. Long story short, I got really great results in a little bit of time, and then everybody started asking me like, how are you doing this? And I would make friends in the gym, and then they started asking me for advice, and then I was like, I'm gonna get certified as a personal trainer. So again, long story short, got certified as a personal trainer.
Is that a long process?
No.
Where did all your knowledge come from, though? Like, did it come from that
From doing
test?
it. From doing
From
it.
the test that you had to take?
No, and
just from, like,
none of
being
the
in
knowledge.
experience.
And there wasn't even ChatGPT then. It
Were
was
you
just
like jotting up? Were you like taking notes a
yeah,
lot of
and
stuff
I
that you
looked
did?
a lot of stuff up. You know,
making videos of yourself.
yeah, and I just figured it out. Like
Yeah.
it just came super natural to me.
Cool.
And then I applied to be a personal trainer, and then they liked my personality and wanted me to do sales. And then I started selling personal training, and then became the personal training director, and was managing like the trainers and getting all the clients. Essentially, you know what you do at Comar. And then again, I knew that like I was making good money. I was able to get my first apartment, and I still knew I wanted something more, like take it to the next level. And I remember January, February, March, before I moved to Florida. I was making record breaking sales numbers for my that company in the Philadelphia area. I remember I did $60,000 in sales January, 40,000 in February, 30,000 in March. That's when I moved out of my parents' house.
Yeah.
That's sales for the business. That's not what I made. I got a small fraction.
You were getting a percentage?
Yeah, but I was in my head, I was like, if I can make this company, $100,000 in 2 months, there's no way I can't do this for myself.
Yeah.
Right. If I set my mind to it. So I started the business.
Mindset that.
Yeah. I started my business called Phase 2 Fitness. I'll tell you about that in a second. And
Phase 2 Fitness.
Yeah, I started to get some clients for that. And I knew that if I put all of my time into it, I would be able to make it work. But the problem was I was working 12 hours a day at LA Fitness. So I took a crazy risk and quit my job and went balls to the walls with the business, and it ended up working. And then a year later, I packed my bags and I moved to Florida, and now here we are.
Yeah, that's.
Well, what were some of your first steps when you were originally taking that leap from LA Fitness to Phase 2 Fitness? Like, what did you have to start doing? Because obviously you're at a point now where you have an app.
Yeah.
Right? You've got a ton of clients.
Yeah.
What was your first step? Was it advertising, or was it recording a bunch of videos of yourself?
The first step was coming up with the idea. That's the first step. So, again, like I said, I always knew from 15 or 16 years old that I wanted to do something in business. I never wanted to work for anybody. So, it came a day, after I was doing good there, where it's what can I do for myself? So, I came up with a list of ideas that I think would help people make me money and benefit the world. And I was put a list together of all my skill sets: sales, marketing, talking to people, all that stuff. And then I just thought about that for hours a day. Where do these line up? And I was like, you know what? I can teach people how to get in shape. Me starting to work out and get in good shape changed my life around.
Yeah.
That was the first thing where it's all right, now I can do something with my life. I was able to get in shape. I can help other people doing this. I felt super confident, and I wanted to spread that confidence. So then I was like, I can train people, but then I'm limited to the amount of people I can train, if I open a gym or, just train people in person. So I was like, I'm going to do something virtually. And then, perfect. Right. And then the next step was, okay, now I have the idea. I want to help people build muscle, lose fat, get in the best shape of their life to feel more confident, without having to, worry about not knowing what to do in the gym. Or there's a lot of reasons people don't work out. Everybody knows they should work out, but why don't they? Right?
Yeah.
They're not sure what to do. They're scared that they're going to waste their time. So they think they know what to do, but they're not actually sure if it's working or not, so they stop. Or third, they don't see results. They go, they think they know what they're doing, and it just doesn't work for them because they're not doing the right stuff. And I knew I had the solution to those problems. And if you can solve that problem for somebody, where you can take a fat person and help them get in really good shape, they'll pay anything for that,
Yeah.
And I capitalized on that, and I started marketing, and I started telling everybody I knew about it, and I got some clients, and then had testimonials and success stories, which helped me get a lot of referrals. and word of mouth, and that helped my business a lot. Then I started marketing on social media, saved up some money, did a paid advertisement campaign, which helped me generate leads and get some clients. um, and that's like how I just started the business. I put a list of things together that I knew needed to get done, and I just took action on it every single day. Like, there's so many little parts about business that I didn't even know that I needed, and this was really before ChatGPT. So like, I had to figure out what it meant to like get an LLC and to like open a bank account for the business, and like legal stuff, stuff that you're not taught in school. And I figured it out.
They totally should.
Yeah, I know.
They will never teach any of that.
No, because that's not what school's. School is not meant.
If they taught that stuff in school, everybody would be.
Everybody would do it.
Owner,
yeah.
Successful. Yeah.
And then then we wouldn't have workers, and
There'd be nobody at McDonald's for you.
Yeah. No, that's.
So how is the business doing now? Like,
business is great. Like, I'm still in the beginning stages of it, right? Like, until I'm driving a Lamborghini and traveling the world, it's still the beginning. But
you got it pretty good though, man. So you live in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, fairly close to the beach.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, we're stuck here in Pennsylvania where it's freezing.
Yeah.
Life
makes this hard though.
Yeah, man. Like,
life is it's definitely crazy. Although I'm still like in the beginning stages of my entrepreneur career, I forced myself to live a crazy lifestyle, which left me with no choice but to make money, right? And to be like elevate in all ways in life. Like here, before I moved, I didn't have many friends, and the friends that I did have weren't adding a lot of value to my life.
how that is.
Yeah, you guys know how we all know how that is, right? Like most people who don't go to college after high school, and they're home with their parents, like, unless they're in like a trade, I'm sure like it works for some people, but like for the people I surrounded myself with were the opposite, and they're great people. I love them, and but I needed to be around successful people, and life was too easy. Like, I had my own apartment, lived by myself, had a girlfriend, was making money to where like I could still have fun, and like I was just super comfortable. So I wanted to get out of that comfortable situation because I knew I wasn't going to grow being in comfortability. So I picked literally like a crazy expensive apartment, which probably wasn't a great idea, and everyone told me not to do it, but I did it, and it forced like my rent doubled from here to Florida, which left me with no choice but to double how much money I'm making, or else like I'd have to move back in with my parents. Yeah, so
Forced you to grow.
Yeah, and a lot of people would say that like it's not worth spending that money for rent, which usually it's not, but in my case it is, because the people that live where I live, all my friends are like wildly successful. I surround myself with millionaires every day. Like, my friend group is insanely successful. They're much older. They know so much more about life, business, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, all the key things that like people get mentors for and pay thousands of dollars for a college education, right? Yeah. And here I am, like, at a bar, with them talking about, what color or what kind of boat that they're gonna buy, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I gotta start acting like that too.
What would you say is like some of like the things that when you started hanging around with these people and like this new friend group that you learned about business that you didn't know before?
Say that again.
What's something that you feel like you learned about business that you didn't know here, but when you went there that you
about business, I would say that the different levels of business that there is. You see on social media like the lifestyles of the crazy people in Miami spending all the money and having all the businesses and doing all that. And although I was happy with the freedom that I had and like this small business that I'm running, I realized that like, okay, people make a lot of money from doing their own stuff, and like the different levels to it. and that inspires me a lot. But if you're asking like about an actual like business lesson or business advice, I would say how to market, like the levels, the extent people will go to market their business. A good example would be like um, when you think of like a celebrity or like somebody famous or like an influencer, like the way they post on social media about themselves or the videos they create to get famous, like my friends create uh, create fame for a company without their face, and they're like relentlessly marketing it. Like they tell me like your goal is to not get famous but to get like your business famous. How can everybody know about your business? The more people that know it, the more people are going to buy stuff from you.
Absolutely.
So like watching these people like on phone, listening to their phone calls and hiring people, that's another
for marketing.
Yeah.
That's it's smart, man. I mean, like you can have such a great product, but
right. If nobody knows about
it, you got
exactly.
nothing.
Well, you're hiring people. They're hiring people to advertise for their business.
Just like marketing in general. I mean, part of it is building a team for sure.
Yeah.
But just like the mindset behind marketing. I hear that word marketing all day long. Like when I'm talking to people around me, like what are you doing today? Marketing, social media, hiring people to do social media, a lot of content creation. Like marketing is like the number one word that I hear come out of my friend's mouth, and that is a great business lesson that I've learned. Like you can never do too much marketing, and that's helped my business grow. Now I start talking about it everywhere I go. No matter who I meet.
Says, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creativity without marketing is waste of time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you had like your questions and like kind of getting up to Florida, but like what I'm also
go for it. No,
man. It's like, look, so like we were saying, right? We're all affiliated with Tiger Schulman's.
Yeah.
But Tiger Schulman is all I ever know. And I've cross trained like maybe like one or two places, but not to the extent that like he has or you have. Yeah. I want to know about like the whole new gym culture that you're training out in Florida.
For sure.
I know that you train over with our good buddy
Adam Snyder
and his the gym that he's at now, and I want to know all about it, man. I'm a martial arts nerd.
Yeah, me too. Tiger Schulman's first of all changed my life for sure.
What are you holding?
Tiger Schulman's definitely changed my life. I think that it taught me the perfect level of fundamentals. Like I train with people who I'm like how are you at this level? Like why are you even in this class, right? You don't keep your hands up when you fight. So I think Tiger Schulman's gave me that great fundamental and the basics. But cross training is the coolest thing in the world, and it's built insane levels of confidence. I use cross training as a marketing method. So like I'll host like nutrition seminars and things like that at different martial arts studios, MMA places, boxing places, jiu-jitsu places, and
through cross training.
And I'll just go and I'll talk to their guys and give them a bunch of free value about the type of workouts that they should be doing, or the way that they need to fuel their body, or how to lose weight, get in shape for their sport. And then I go and I train. I build friends with them, and I train with them, and I go to all these different gyms, and it's sick. Gracie Pack is the main gym that I train at. That's in Tampa. That's where Adam trains. It's about like 45 minutes from where I live in downtown St. Pete, so it's kind of a hike, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely the most, like, it's the craziest gym I've trained at. The level of skill there is like mind blowing. Not that Tiger Stone was not, like, I love training here as well, but going over there, like, I'll be in a room sparring, and there'll be 6 or 7 professional fighters, 15 amateur fighters, like, all in one night sparring, and that's helped me get so much better.
Yeah.
So, being able to fight professional fighters and amateur fighters, and even fighting myself, and then going to the other gyms, and just walking in, not knowing who any of you guys are, talking in front of a group of 30 people about nutrition, and then putting my gloves on after and fighting them. So, that's built like a crazy level of confidence for me. And I think that everybody should experience that. Like everybody should have the confidence to where they fear nothing. Like they fear physically no person
because of their skill.
Because of their skill, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just about being able to beat people up. It's about not fearing anybody, because that translates to outside of the gym, right? So like if you fear somebody in a ring or in the gym, like imagine how it would be just like talking to a stranger. Like we can't even comprehend that anymore. I know, we've all used to be like that, but feeling more confident now and learning self-defense has made me be able to speak my mind about anything, because I'm not worried about what anybody thinks. And I know that, worst comes worst, somebody's got a problem with what I say, well, then we know how to take care of business.
Let the hands roll.
No, it's the truth, man. It's cool. I mean, like I look at it where, martial arts it's obviously it's a huge confidence booster, but like with that confidence just comes like you can just go through life, being like, what, like I can speak to anyone, I can talk to anyone, because I've experienced so much achievement within training, within competing and things like that, which I know you said you fought, and like, dude, that was a war.
It was crazy, for sure.
Man. It was a good fight, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then you just got I know we ran into a Naga in the summer at Wildwood and kicking butt.
I've been competing a lot recently.
That's awesome, man.
I did another Naga and a Muay Thai tournament, I think in the same weekend, and I won first place in both of them.
That's awesome.
Awesome. That was so much fun. I love competing, and it was Halloween weekend too, so it was a long weekend.
Yeah,
it was Friday night.
When you first started competing to now, it's like the competition. You feel so much better from
for sure. Like my last Naga, the first Naga I've done was in Wildwood with you, and like the match starts, you get caught up. The match starts, and it's real. If it's a very real feeling for that fight to start. Like somebody's gonna win and somebody's gonna lose. Who wants it more and who's better? And that's scary. The last Naga I did, I didn't really feel that. Like I was like, the match started, I smacked the guy's hand, give him a fist bump, and we're grappling. Like there's, it just felt very in the mic.
I have a question for you though. So I'm curious because, you fought MMA, right? And MMA is a different animal.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different animal. So do you feel like from that MMA fight that now when you're going and you're competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments, it's like I just climbed into a ring, I did MMA, we're I'm getting my face punched, I'm getting kicked, nothing compares to that. So
jiu-jitsu is a sport, kickboxing is a sport, MMA is a fight. You can of course get injured. You injured your shoulder, you can definitely get injured in jiu-jitsu, but the whole time that I'm fighting, since it was my first fight, after I got hit the first time, I was like, okay, well, if I get hit by this guy again like that, I could very well get knocked out. You know what I mean? There's it's no longer a sport, real, right? Yeah. It's not try to
Yeah, I mean, even breaking your nose is pretty.
Yeah, so yeah.
So now, when you compete, you're all right, nothing equates to that.
Right, and the reason why for that is because in my MMA fight, I broke my nose in the first 20 seconds of the fight. Yeah, and I fought all 3 rounds, 9 minutes straight with a broken nose, and after the second round. It was a bloodbath. It was rough, and my nose was crooked, and my coach literally grabbed my nose and cracked it back into place. And then the doctor had to come in and look at my nose, and I couldn't breathe. And he was like, "Can you breathe?" And I looked over at my coach, and I'm like, "Am I winning?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I can breathe. Get me back out there."
Let's go.
Yeah, and then the third round came, and I feel like I gave up on myself physically. I wasn't giving it everything that I had. I was very defensive because my nose was really messed up, and I had a concussion from getting kicked in the face. I was definitely out of it, but what I definitely wasn't going to do is quit in front of all my friends and family. And then after that, I went back in the locker room, and I was like, there's nothing that I can't do for 9 minutes. Like if I can survive that, and like hearing my mom cry and my dad was in my corner, like this isn't good, and like somebody straight up trying to kill me for 9 minutes while I couldn't breathe, my eyes were watering, couldn't breathe out of my nose, couldn't think straight. There's nothing I can't do after that. So to answer your question, no, a 4-minute round of jiu-jitsu doesn't scare me anymore.
It's cool, man. Like I love it. Like I feel like the level of competition, whether it's MMA, jiu-jitsu, this, but like when the level exceeds, or like the skill set exceeds, you're doing MMA. Now you go into a local tournament. You're like, there's just nothing that compares to this at all. Like I've been through so much more adversity within my MMA training.
And go ahead, finish.
And like and your training partners as well, like being in a room with like the pros and the amateurs. I don't know much about that gym. Like I mean I know Adam very well. He's one of my childhood best friends, but I know there's just a lot of killers out there. I know Shane Burgos is now training there, which is pretty cool. So
I'll talk more about that specific gym in a second. But like you were saying about like overcoming the adversity in the MMA fight, now it's like not really worrying about local competitions or things like that. Like that also translates to everything else outside of the competitions, right? Like business, like marketing, sales, just being relentless and having that non-quitting spirit, and knowing that again, like there's nothing I can't do for 9 minutes. Like if I can survive and fight with a broken nose for 9 minutes, like I could have the worst day with business and be like, damn, well I still have to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. But like I've already put myself through hell, like physically. There's nothing that I can't do. And I think about that and I just go and I get it done. So, but yeah, back to that gym. Billy Q, the UFC fighter, owns the gym. He's a beast, and he's one of the coolest guys I've ever met in my life. Like he's genuinely such a good person and such a great coach. I've learned so much technique from him, but he's also just like such a great dude. I've met a handful of UFC fighters and just like a lot of professional fighters too. But Billy is just like the most normal, like easy to talk to guy. It's
real confidence.
Yeah, and he's a beast too. I love watching him spar or fight. The gym is ran so well, and like the classes are set up great. The only thing that sucks is that I just don't live super close by, but I still make it work. It's 4 hours out of my day every day to train. It takes me almost an hour to get there with traffic. I train for 2 hours, talk for a little bit after, and then drive 30, 45 minutes home. So, it's like a part-time job training just for fun. So then I started to think how I can monetize it. Because I know that I don't want to be a professional fighter, and I don't care about making money from fighting, nor do I want to fight long term. But I was like, if I'm going to spend all this time training, like, how can I make money from this? So I tied that into my business. And first thing I started to do was like, okay, like this level of confidence needs to, like, this is my purpose. Like I need to make everybody feel how I feel when I go out. And people pick up on it, right? Like there's always like that one guy in the group of friends, whether you guys are going out to the bar, whatever you guys are doing, who just like leads the path, and it attracts I've attracted a lot of good friends, a lot of girls, all that stuff from just being super confident. And I want everybody to be able to experience that. And I think like the only true way to do it is by learning how to fight, in my personal opinion. So I asked myself, do I have what it takes to teach people how to fight? Although I am not a professional fighter, teaching in itself is a skill. So like if I can get really good at the skill of teaching, then I can teach people the same way a professional fighter could. So I started taking on clients, and I used the network from my apartment complex and the people that I've met to see who wanted to learn how to fight. And then I started training people in person, just like kickbox training. Awesome. And I think I'm a pretty good coach. I have a ton of really good testimonials and reviews and client success stories, and they love it. And you know, I live in a great spot to where I can charge good money for it, and you know, these clients pay me super well, and I was definitely able to monetize my ability to teach and to train. And then back to the circle, it's like, how can I give this to more people? Like, I only have so many hours in the day. I'm training, I'm running a business, and now I'm teaching people part-time. You gotta fix the mic.
I think it died, but we can just. No, there you go. Keep going. Once it starts blinking green, I think that the receiver died.
No.
But keep going.
But yeah, so then I was like, okay, I need to be able to reach more people. So I'm just gonna fuse kickbox training with my
I'm honestly just gonna say, forget the.
Take the mics off.
Yeah.
All right.
Take the mics. Don't need them. We'll still be able to do this.
Cool. Yeah, so then I was like, all right, I'm going to fuse the martial arts training with the strength and conditioning and nutrition counseling programs that I'm making. And I put together a sick, like, kickboxing curriculum for beginners to be able to train just using a heavy bag, to just learn the basics of self-defense. And I mixed that with strength and conditioning and nutrition counseling to help people build muscle, lose weight, and most importantly, gain confidence.
That's awesome.
And I do it all virtually, and that's been working super well for me. Q1 next year, 2026, is going to be the biggest year for my business, and I'm just going to keep scaling after that and really like have this be a big business in the next year or two with, you know, employees and all sorts of cool stuff coming.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't wait.
It's going to get really crazy. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, you'll be able to handle it.
Of course, yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
And I'm super passionate about it. So like,
is this the Lamborghini step though?
We're getting there. We're getting there. This is I found.
What color would you get?
I don't know. I've been looking. I don't know yet. We're not that close yet.
So, do you always have like a dream color? And which Lamborghini?
I just always wanted a Lamborghini. It's just it's a trophy.
I love a white Sesto, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I didn't like the Urises until my friend bought one.
They're nice, aren't they?
Like
the Urises
are sick.
Yeah.
Like
they're fast too.
I feel like it doesn't matter what color, it's a Lamborghini.
I would pick that. No, but the Urus is like an SUV. It's like
it's
like mom Lamborghini.
It
like,
is.
It's still so cool.
Dude, I don't know anything about.
There's like all these squeeze Benz drives around it and like cuts up the traffic. Those are sick.
It's like a Lamborghini like SUV.
Yeah, it's just a staple in your dream, isn't it? Like just having that Lamborghini badge on that.
I don't want the Urus, but I was hating on it until.
You always said Huracan.
Yeah, I want a Huracan. I mean, my dream is to get like an Aventador, but that's like way long down the line. Like a Huracan would be sick.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years is my goal, but
yacht rich?
Huh?
Yacht money?
I mean, again, like I want it all. Like I'm coming for it all, and it's not just about to have like the materialistic lifestyle. Of course, like I want that now while I'm in my early 20s.
Yeah.
You know, because like if I'm gonna have all this money, I want to be able to enjoy what money can buy while I'm young, and but my long-term goals is not to just be like a Miami douchebag and blow all this money at the club and all the cars and boats. Like that's not what I want.
Yeah.
But definitely want to have fun, and money definitely can help with that.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I look at it this way, like you're gonna you get older, and then you're not gonna be like wanting to enjoy everything when you're like so much older.
Right,
like you're young, man. Like this is the time to go and enjoy yourself. And
And most importantly, like I want to travel, and I want to be able to like find a cool girl that doesn't have to worry about working or worry about money, and have kids who don't have to worry about like money or any sort of stress related to finances. And
kids are a big finance.
But like I don't even want to have to think about that when it's time to have kids, and that's what I'm working towards now. But I want some cool stuff. And then
obviously it's fun to have to worry about like money too, just like being able to go out and just like splash on whatever.
Right.
It's freedom. Money is essentially freedom.
That's all it is. Yeah.
So just the freedom to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Flashy.
And that's what I want is freedom.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to do what I want, wherever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
That's a great model, yeah. That's the way to do it.
You can't do that without money. Like,
unfortunately,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
But it
I'm
is
the
what
same
it
way,
is.
like,
That's the
like-
game, and I'm trying to win the game, just like we all are.
Yeah.
It sucks it is to be like that though, but it is. So follow, you know.
Makes it more fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes it
And
more
if it
fun.
was easy and everybody was able to have all this money and do it, like the value of it wouldn't be as, you know, substantial as it is. So that's like also motivates me too.
Yeah, man.
What else you got for me?
Grappling or kickboxing?
I'm better at grappling. I have more fun grappling because I'm better at grappling compared to kickboxing. But I like putting them together. I like the.
Yeah, you've always
I
done
like
MMA the
MMA.
best.
Yeah.
You've always been Mr.
I like being
MMA.
able to punch
I like
somebody
MMA too.
and then tackle them and choke them.
Would you ever consider? I mean, because if you like grappling better, doing like some super fights.
Like the Man of War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Or do
if
you
they
want to go back into MMA?
definitely back into MMA, but I would do that for fun.
You
Like,
making any announcements?
yeah, we'll get to that. If there was like one in Tampa or like Clearwater or Sarasota, any Orlando, any.
Is there super fights in that?
I don't know. I haven't
There
really.
definitely is.
I'm sure there is.
100%,
Like,
yeah.
If there was like one in Tampa or St. Pete, I would 100% do that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like talk about it the way that I would talk about my next amateur MMA fight. Like I would just have like some of my close friends come to that. But for the MMA fight, everybody's
Everybody.
like,
Yeah, man.
Remember that.
yeah.
I would really
That's
like to make it out to
interesting
that one.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, man. Like I've never, I don't know. I don't want my mom and my dad there. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me really
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like, and certain people too. Like the first two Men Awards that I did, I didn't have like any of my students going anything like that. I didn't
Yeah.
let my mom and my dad. I felt like there wasn't an added pressure. And then the last one that I did, I had my students, my friends, and that made me like.
So my question to you is, what do you
Nerve-wracking.
think is better, having that added pressure or not? Because I know for me, that added pressure is super beneficial. Like, and it depends who's watching too. Like the Naga I just did, I was gonna go by myself, and I was like, okay, you know what? Whether I win or lose, whatever. If I win it, dope. If I lose, whatever. I'm going by myself. It's just for fun. And then I brought a girl with me, and then it's like, okay, well now I can't lose, right?
Yeah.
like now if
I'm
I
not
win,
losing.
cool. If I lose, that's
You ended up
not
winning
cool.
too, didn't you?
And
Yeah,
like
sick.
then the pressure's on, and I won. So
I love it.
yeah. I think that added pressure is good for some people and not good for others. So what do you think?
I mean, like I know at the end of the day, I can definitely do some things to like work my mindset to change it and have your perspective. But
Mm-hmm.
I hyper focus a lot, and if I'm walking out and I'm not focused on like what I'm about to do,
Yeah.
and I'm more focused on like who's watching and this,
Right.
and, you know, making my mom's like nerves go down and stuff like that. Like I'm not thinking about the moment
Right.
and being present.
I agree with that too.
You guys think about like the crowd a lot?
So that's the other point. Like I think about what you're saying too, and I felt that most like on the build up and the day of, and like getting there and walking out, whether it's COC or Naga or whatever it is. The build up for sure, where you don't want to let people down and you're not focused. I get that.
Yeah.
But when that bell goes off and it's time to fight, I like hear nothing. I don't hear the crowd, and when I do, I like feed off of it. I'm like, people are screaming my name right now.
Yeah.
Like that's sick. But when that bell goes off or the match is time to start, I don't know what clicks. I'm like, a different
Flow
part
state.
of me comes out.
Flow
State,
state,
exactly. And it happens when I'm sparring too. Like I don't like when I touch gloves with somebody and my hands go up, it's like nothing in the world matters, and that's like the best form of therapy too for me, in my opinion.
Just going into flow state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything else goes off, and it's just me and one other person trying to.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
What
art.
about you?
It's art. For what, like the crowd?
Yeah.
The crowd never ever bothered me. I grew up doing a lot of like theater and being on stage and being in front of people.
Yeah.
I always liked the attention, so having to go up on stage now in front of people and even just like compete, I kind of don't think about it at all. And I kind of almost like enjoy the fact, like I wish there was like more cameras. I wish there was like more cameras on me. Like I wish there were more cameras to look at and like stare at it and like, you know, make a face for the camera.
I've never
like the crowd
it's
never
two
bothered me.
totally different types of personalities.
Yeah, like when I get up there, I like looking at the crowd and like
I'm the
feeling
same
it.
way.
Like,
The same way.
it's more people.
And that's about said. Like I wish there was more cameras. I wish this was on TV.
Right?
Yeah, I have zero social anxiety. I can talk.
Yeah,
I can talk I can get on, you know, a microphone and talk to the entire world without stuttering.
You could run around a grocery store screaming.
Yeah, like
Some, like,
I have
grocery store
zero
friends.
social anxiety. I don't know. I get it from my mom. She's the same way, I guess. But
Yeah, your mom's also a gym owner, right?
yeah.
What gym she on?
So she owns Unique and Fit in Sellersville. She's a beast. If you live in Sellersville, definitely check her gym out.
Yeah.
She does like group classes. It's like a mix of like high intensity training, cardio, kickboxing, and she has over 150 members, and they all love it. She's had a class with like 50 people on Thanksgiving morning.
That's great. Like a little,
Like she's insane.
turkey burner. Yeah.
And
so cool.
And I go in sometimes and I hear how she teaches and how she talks to people, and I'm like, damn, that's exactly how I sound when I teach and talk to people too. Like that's exactly where I get it from.
Mother
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Funny.
man. It's like, it's cool to think like, you know, you have your mom who is this gym owner, and then your
Yeah.
dad's a black belt. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's cool, man.
Yeah. And my
Yeah.
brother's a beast too. Who's
Yeah.
my best friend in the world.
Whole
Ryan
family of
Lankin,
just
yeah.
absolute like,
Yeah.
Ryan Lankin is
Studs,
awesome.
yeah.
He's very good. He's a very good boxer, and
Ryan's a
as far as I'm
beast.
concerned, he's only ever trained kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, but
Yeah.
like at a younger age. And
Yeah.
now he's always had like a very good.
Is your brother
boxing
still training?
Yeah, he trains at Westchester.
Nice.
He's abnormally good. Like
Very talented.
Yeah, he's very talented. I'm not talented as a fighter.
He's hardworking.
Yeah.
Yeah, either am I.
He's naturally just really good at fighting. I don't know how, but it took me a while to like even be like, okay, you know what, maybe I can like get good eventually. Like I was so bad when I first came back to Tiger Showman's. I was like and like having your little brother beat your ass in the adult class, and like Sensei would say to my brother, because Ryan didn't really stop training, so Sensei would say to him, just like beat him up, you know. And then Ryan would like trip me, and I'd like fall on my ass in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, like is this even worth it? And then after some time, it was like, okay, now I can like hold my own, and now I can like land shots on people and not get hit as much. It's like, all right, I can get better if I stick with this. But he's just like a killer. He would never fight though, like amateur. Maybe no, he wouldn't.
He's too pretty boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Has he competed at all?
He did Naga. He did good. He triangle choked somebody, rear naked.
He did really good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that his only one, or is like?
Yeah.
That's cool,
That's
huh?
the only time he's ever competed.
That was
Never did UFC.
that was his first competition. Yeah. He did really good for that. The first
Yeah,
competition.
and
he
he's
killed
never wrestled in his life. Like I wrestled for a little bit in high school and take wrestling classes at Gracie, but Ryan's never took a wrestling class in his life, and he was like shooting single legs on people.
Nice.
Like he's like, I don't know,
Just a
he's super
freak
talented.
athlete.
Yeah, he's super athletic when it comes to fighting.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Ryan Lankin.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one time when you're here in PA, you do a super fight.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do that? I feel like that'd be long.
What?
You just have to stay here for like a week beforehand.
Yeah.
You still train in Florida, and then just come up for it.
Yeah.
I guess it would be like a yeah.
I would train in Florida, and then I
I would
would
love that.
come here like a week before, train with you guys. And
You should do that next year. You should do a
Yeah.
super fight and then like 2-3
Let's
weeks
do it on the
later,
same
do,
night.
Yeah.
MMA fight.
Let's do it on the same night. I definitely want to fight MMA next year. I'm probably gonna do it in April.
I'm very excited.
Do you have like? I mean, are you just kind of like guessing? Are you hinting at something here?
Well,
Talking
like
to the promoter at all, or anything like that?
Billy, like if I tell Billy I want to fight, like he'll get me a fight when I want to fight.
Billy would?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the only person that I'm gonna fight. Like that's what I'm gonna fight under next.
Yeah.
Nice.
Billy was not my coach for my last fight. I was training at 2 gyms, one in St. Pete and one in Tampa.
Remember you telling me?
Yeah.
So Billy's all game now.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I want to fight with Billy next year in April or May, and yeah, come like
What are you gonna fight at?
February, March. I'm gonna be like, all right, Billy. It depending on how I feel. Like if I feel ready. If not, then I'm gonna wait until the end of the year.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm definitely gonna fight next year. I don't
wait.
135.
What do you walk around at now?
150.
It's not too bad.
No. I fought at 145, and I feel like that was fine. I didn't really have to cut weight, and I can like lose weight or gain weight super easily based off how I want to, because I'm just like naturally good at nutrition and building muscle or like losing fat. But yeah, I think 135 will be better. I'll have I think it'll just be better.
You mean a lot of it was like the sizes of people as well. Like the last guy you fought was like.
Yeah, he was like 6'1", 6
Yeah.
feet tall.
Yeah.
Which is no excuse to lose, and I
Definitely not no
never,
excuse,
ever want to use height difference as an excuse to win or lose a fight.
Yeah, but I will say this. I didn't look like a one-sided fight at all. Like from the clips that I saw,
Yeah.
you were getting under like everything. You were really, really pressuring them hard.
Yeah.
Like
And I've trained for that type of fighter.
Yeah.
And everybody always says that like you have a plan until you get punched in the face. I knew that going into the fight, but I was like,
You got a plan, yo.
I was like, I get punched in the face all the time. Like that's not gonna stop me. And then I got kicked in the face.
Yeah.
And then my plan changed.
Yeah.
Then I no longer had a plan.
Yeah.
So going into this next fight, no matter what happens, like for me to stop coming at somebody, they're gonna have to knock me out or kill me.
I love it.
That's the mindset going into it, and I'm going to win. Like I'm gonna,
Very excited for you.
and it's not even gonna be close. Like I'm gonna, and people will see the skill difference between me in April and me in my last fight in May.
Do you know what promoter you're fighting under?
No clue.
That'd be cool if you get like a CFFC fight. Billy could totally get you one.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's a question. It's not. It's all pro, isn't it?
No.
No, they do amateur.
I have a lot of friends that
Shaq's
fight
first fight was
amateur.
CFFC.
Oh, and that was kickboxing too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
but then
I
again,
forgot that they do like.
It's just like all the depends on like who the promoter is, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
obviously now we don't really affiliate with them, but
Yeah.
you can still easily get
and
one.
I don't really care to like have like a big promotion. You know
Nice.
what I mean?
CFFC's
Fight,
cool.
man.
I just want to fight.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
What type of who is? Do you know? Is it the same promotion as you did last time?
No. Yeah, no. I don't know anything about what's gonna happen. All I know is that I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna win. I don't know about anything else. Yeah.
Can't wait.
I tell you what, like you could always tell somebody's like level in their training by their level of confidence in their words.
Yeah.
You know, like people are like, oh, I don't know. You know, like maybe that has a little bit of like transition. You know, they're not training hard enough. They're not training with the right people.
Right.
But when you're here, like yo, like I'm winning. There's no doubt in my mind. That means that you're putting everything into your training.
Right.
And that's huge, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And confidence like doesn't just come from like saying I'm the best. Like I'm gonna beat this guy's out. It's comes from preparation.
Amen.
Right. So I'm preparing the proper way, and it's gonna show.
No, I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of really
grinding.
Yeah.
Good, dude.
Sweet. Appreciate it.
Very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. You guys will obviously be the first to know.
Cool.
My parents aren't going to be happy about that, but
Hopefully they don't watch this and find out.
I can't wait to fly there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to have a lot of people going to be there. Like, I'm going to have like 50 people there.
We should
so
fly down.
Well, I'm definitely Would you actually
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah, dude, I would love that.
Yeah,
If you gotta give me like a big heads up,
Yeah.
I'll find
For sure.
It'll be like a
Somebody
weekend.
a
We'll
couple
fly down
years,
for like a day or two.
Yeah,
It'd be fun.
for sure. My last flight, I had friends from here fly down. I had friends from Seattle fly down.
Dude,
Like, it
so
was,
much fun.
yeah, my parents flew down. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And this next one is going to be 10 times bigger and crazier.
Nice.
And I'm going to gonna win this.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps.
Dude, I get so hyped talking about it. I love fighting. I can talk, about the lead up to my last fight if you want, or like any other questions that you have about fighting or business or life. What do you got?
I had a lot of the questions on my phone. I've got a lot of the questions down. Anyways, like this has been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
It's been, we've really killed this.
Yeah.
Me too.
Good.
Yeah. So what do you want to hear about? Do you want to hear about like?
So I know you're saying like you're gonna be for this fight. You're gonna be training with Billy.
Yeah.
More so. Do you still train at that other gym at all? Like, or
I have a great relationship with the owner of the gym that I was training at. His name's Amir from Amir Academy in St. Pete. He's an amazing guy. I met him doing a nutrition event at his gym, and he was like a mentor to me immediately. And then after a couple months, he's like, I want you to fight. Well, he wasn't like, I want you to fight. He was just like, he is also a fight promoter. And he was like, you're training here now, and all your training partners are fighting on this night. And, you're doing great with your training partners. Like, you should also fight. And I was like, okay.
Cool. I'll do it.
I was like,
I'm down.
I was like, all right. But I was like, it's a big kickboxing event that he was doing. And I was like, I will only do it if it's MMA. So keep that in mind. That's what I said to him. And then a couple of days later, he's like, I found somebody who's down to do MMA, but he's 6 feet tall. And I was like, damn. But he was like, the reason why he accepted the fight is he was like, he's 6 feet tall, but has little to no jiu-jitsu experience. He was like, he accepted the fight because he thinks he's gonna win because he's a really good striker and has the reach and height advantage. And I'm like, okay, well then I'll just take him down and submit him. Put me out there. Yeah.
Did the fight ever go to the ground at all?
Yeah. I took him down the first round, and then the bell rang with me on top of him. That's a wild feeling to get on top of somebody and punch them in the face when they're on their back, and that did not feel like sparring, because I do MMA sparring every week, and I take people down. I take people down and do some ground and pound, but like
not like full.
I'm like literally
no,
like
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm trying to punch a hole through
and literally when I hit people in the face hard in sparring, but never on the ground when they're on the ground. Like it's just light on the ground. But I was like, I don't know what, like it's a different switch in your head, and I was on top of him, and I think there was like 10 seconds left in the round, and I knew I wouldn't be able to submit him in 10 seconds, and it was my first time on top of him, and I was like gushing blood everywhere. I was like, I literally have to take his head off his shoulders.
Yeah,
and I just started swinging, and
you got like a good 3 or 4.
He was so for my next fight, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have got the position and went for the submission. I just got
well, you had not a lot of time.
I know, yeah. And that's another thing, but
that promotion is hilarious, by the way. They were totally, the clock would hit 0 after 3 minutes.
There was a few things about that got a little messed up, but my opponent's coach threw me off at first too.
Without the elbow pads.
Yeah, and I went to my opponent's gym a couple weeks ago to train with him. Yeah. I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But his coach owns a gym. It's called EMK, and I don't know anything about them or that gym, but that's just my opponent's gym. And yeah, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about my opponent or his coach. My opponent's a great dude. He's super cool. We hung out for 2 hours. We were training and doing all that. But Yeah, so I was the first person to get to the arena for my fight, and nobody else was there, not even the coaches, and I was in the ring, like, playing out the whole fight from start to finish. I was literally in the ring for 9 minutes, like, from at the corner, and then I set the bell to ring, and then I run to the middle, touch gloves, and I'm like shadow boxing for 3 minutes, resting for a minute. I did that for 3 rounds. Like, planned out exactly how I wanted to go, when I was going to shoot for the takedown, depending on where he was in the cage. And then, like, my initial plan was to charge to the center, take control over the center, you know, touch gloves, and then start backing him up. And as soon as his back's against the rope, I was going to take him down. Like, I wanted to take him down and like get him on the ground within the first 20 seconds of the fight.
Yeah. Well, that sucked a lot too, as well. You had ropes, not like a cage.
That also threw me off. That
like,
also threw me
off. The pride, like, you know,
yeah, like having to take somebody down on ropes is
it's so different. Like,
I would just want to have him go through the ropes. I wouldn't care.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he kind of was almost.
So he was using the.
He dies.
He falls on the ground. Yeah,
he was very smart with the way he was using the ropes. Like, he trained for that. He knew what I was gonna do, and the way he was able to like sit his butt in between the ropes, like, I don't train for that. I get somebody against a cage, you know, I put my hands around their legs and that's it. I use the cage to drag them down.
Yeah.
You can't do that on ropes. No excuses for not getting them down. But also, you know, another thing is after I got kicked in the face and broke my nose, I didn't realize how bad it was until I have him against the ropes. And I had a body lock, and, you know, I was getting ready to go for the takedown.
This is first round, right?
Yeah, and I looked down, and I'm like...
It's like a fountain.
A fountain. And I haven't ever had a bloody nose from fighting. So I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is bad. And my opponent was covered in my blood, too, because from my face being up against him. And I was like, damn, what do I do? I was like, well, in my head, I'm like, what do I do? Like, I couldn't think of what takedown to do. Like, afterwards, I'm like, why didn't I wrap my leg around it? Why didn't I drop down for a single? You know what I mean? It threw me off, and then I was stalling a lot, and then at the end of the round, I was like, I just need to win the round, right? Like, it was pretty even the first round, I was like, if I get him on the ground, I'm going to win this round.
I mean, technically, you won those fights 1,000% because you had way more cage control. But they didn't count it as that because they looked at it as, like, stalling.
Yeah.
But you won those fights.
I think I won the first 2 rounds. I mean, I don't really remember much because of my adrenaline, and I've watched the fight afterwards. I definitely won the first round. And at the end of the first round, it was like, all right, well, there's, you know, it is what it is, but he's got to go on the ground this round. And so I just fucking...
Right. Yeah, you definitely won the first. Yeah. We definitely will probably watch the second. We had like a whole watch party. We had like a bunch of people over in the backyard, which was really cool.
Do you have any like? I mean, I did see on your story.
Yeah.
Some like clips, but do you have anything like on your actual Instagram profile at all?
Yeah. I've seen my
check it.
Cool. Yeah. At Josh Lankin.
Yeah. At Josh Lankin.
Yeah. I have my
season.
Yeah. You can see.
Did you post your nose on there?
Yeah. Have you seen what my nose looked like?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was rough.
That was a great picture. I've got a picture of that too.
And so after the fight, it was weird because I was so confident I was gonna win that like I've already accepted the fact that I won the fight before the bell even rang in the first round. So then once I didn't win, it kind of still felt like I won because I like mentally was already set that I won, and so like I wasn't upset that I lost.
Yeah.
And it just sucked that like the night changed after I lost because all my friends were like, we were all ready to party. Like I was gonna go in there submitted in the first round, and this was a huge lesson I learned from my first fight that I'll never do again. Like my next fight, I'm gonna go in there acting like I'm fighting Conor McGregor or whoever. Like I was way too confident that I was going. Yeah. I severely underestimated him for no reason at all.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
I've done that, and it's the downfall, man.
Yeah.
Like the very, very first super fight I did. I know I trained like an animal for it. I was training with people that were better than me.
Mm-hmm.
I did the weight cut right, so I felt great. And you know, I went out there. I performed really, really well. The second one that I did. I just remember like everyone saying like, oh, you know, like you got this. You know, like I remember doing the face off and like I got this, like and no, I didn't get it at all. And then the second one I did was the same thing. Like I thought that my opponent, from looking at pictures and videos, was bigger, and then when I actually saw him during the face off, I was like, no, like he's not as big. Like I'm definitely gonna be stronger than him. And he collar tied the shit out of me, and I was like, oh, this guy strong as shit. And Do you feel that way?
I was like that in my first fight. I definitely felt like I felt very confident. Like I was like very sure that I was going to win. I was very sure that I was like how good I was, how hard I was training. I didn't think my cardio wasn't there at all. I was 1,000% prepared to win that night, and I should have. You know, I walked out, and as soon as my walkout song turned on, the state of like being there and everything going on, like walking up, like was very euphoric to me. I was like, wow, this is cool. And I got stuck in a very like sedative mind state. Not like sedative, but you know, like I was just like, this is so cool. Like wow, I got my own walkout song, like the stage. I was walking around smiling.
Nobody knows what it is. Like no one will understand that feeling unless they
it's sort of
and
cool
as soon as that happened, like I was just like very in that state. And then you know, me and the guy are tapping hands. I'm just like, dude, this is real. Like,
dude,
this is awesome. I wasn't necessarily nervous, but I was anxious. I was excited to be there. I was like, this is really cool. And then we tapped hands, and you know, I'm still fighting the guy, and I'm still like, wow, I'm doing this. And I, you know, instead of like the other guy's like, I'm gonna kill this kid. And that's kind of the mindset that you need to have. My second fight going out there, I was very dialed in. I was laser focused. I felt very good. I felt cool, confident, calm. I felt ready to go. I knew I was gonna destroy the guy. And first 9 seconds, you know, I had a beautiful takedown, took him down, took his back right away. And then all in that sequence, I tore my labrum on my shoulder and then hit the ground. And that was unfortunate, but like, you know, I felt very focused for that fight and very sure. Like, I feel like in the back of my head for my first fight, there was an inkling of like, oh, you know, I've never done anything like this before. It's like, you know, that like,
I know what you're talking about.
That like that little feeling, you know.
And then
so it pays to be super confident.
There's something about too, like one of my, I love it. Like I try to tell my wife about this, and like she just doesn't understand it. But like there's something about you getting up on a.
Which is when I started training in this martial arts journey.
You and your brother. He's a little guy.
And
not so much anymore.
I knew you before you were a black belt, and now you're a sensei, and you got your own school, Tiger Schulman's in Horsham.
Yes.
So tell me about like how you decided that you wanted to pursue a career in like owning a gym and becoming like a business owner, and what it means to train at Tiger Schulman's in Horsham.
So I mean, for me, I graduated high school, and then you know my father was very adamant that I go to college, and like kind of like really like, you know, at that time I'm so impressionable. I'm young. I don't really have any direction of where to go. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, you know, you're good with kids, so why don't you go be a teacher? So I went to college for a year studying education. Realized that, you know, school was never really for me, and then I came out and I was kind of like hesitant on like what to do. I got the job. Ultimately, Tiger Schulman sent to Marshana offered me the job because he knew I wasn't going to school anymore. And I was doing that. I worked I did like every job you could do within the school. Like I was working the front desk for a little bit, and then eventually transitioning onto the mat, became an assistant instructor into the head instructor of his school. And then during COVID, I took up contracting, and that really opened my eyes like big time. I'm like, you know, it is as rewarding it is to like work with your hands and be able to do things like that, and I have full respect to any contractor, roofer, because it is really grueling work. I didn't want to do it. You know, I would love to like be able to do what I'm passionate about, and that's martial arts. So I just told Marshall, like, look, whatever path you have for me, like I just want to stay, and I want to do martial arts. So I never really, I knew at one point like I would be able to be a sensei and teach. I just didn't know where or what or how.
And then, little behold, like he was kind of like subtly hinting at me like more things of like trying to get me prepared to be on my own. And then he came in and he was like, hey, the Abington location is up for grabs. Are you ready? And I was like, yeah, definitely. And took over the Abington location, and then my partner Lynn came about a couple months after. We were there for about like a year, 2 years, and then transitioned to here, Tiger Showman's Horsham.
Awesome.
And I love it. It is one of the greatest. It is the greatest job in the whole world. And
For sure.
I look at it where I used to think like, oh, I get to go to my job and like where be barefoot and like just teach punching and kicking, but like the coolest part about my job is the family atmosphere.
Yeah.
I get to come in and like and have my students be here, but like I don't look at them as my students, I look at them as my family.
Yeah.
And it is the coolest thing in the world.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone
Ask away.
Yes. I mean, so I've left the nest. I've been away from the nest for a while.
As in Colmar?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how is life in?
So you're clearly a legend within Colmar. Everybody talks about you. Everybody loves
Big
Sensei
time.
Christian Jones, Joshu Christian Jones, right?
Yeah.
So you are a very big name around the area. I do believe now, under the regime that it currently is, we are absolutely thriving. I think we are killing it. You guys, your generation was like very, very talked about, but I think we are coming to a point now where the team is becoming very solid, and we've been there for a while now. That team has been there for a little bit, and it's starting to get back to that point now. A lot of the green belts are our current head instructors, whereas before they were all yours.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the students were just like at high brown belt, and they're kind of like, oh, like where's Sensei Jones,
Yeah.
And we have a lot of students who, for instance, come here and train, right? Like we had one tonight who was coming in and training from the Colmar school, which is an amazing thing to be able to do, to hop between the different Tiger Showmans. That's kind of the point of the franchise, right? Is having the ability to hop between different gyms. But I think the school's doing great right now. I think it's killing it, man.
Yeah. How do you like your position within the school as a manager?
I love my position within the school as a manager. I like doing that. I also really envy the people who get to go out on the mat and teach. I think that's a job of its own. But the job that I envy the most is senseis. And I would love to eventually be in that role of sensei. I like, being called sensei and all that is very, very cool, but, you're overseeing everything. You oversee everything, which I like. I like teaching people, delegating, the art of delegating, like delegating your jobs and your roles to people, teaching people how to clean the school, how to run the business itself is very intriguing to me. And I like teaching. So if I have the option to go out on the mat and teach a few classes and go into the office and do a few things here and there and be sensei, that's ultimate goal. I just think I'm very, very good in the office. I'm very, very good at sales. So having the ability for people to just walk into the front door and me introduce them to what Tiger Showman's is and tell them everything that they need to know and why they need to be in there is very naturally coming to me.
Yeah.
I think I want to get out onto the mat and teach sooner than later.
Will that be happening soon?
So it was supposed to happen. As my job is not busy in the office, as trials aren't coming in and I'm not doing meetings and phone calls, I always am going out onto the mat as much as I can, just kind of watching how the instruction goes. I definitely think I can teach a class, and I have before. I've taught an adult intermediate kickboxing class. That
was a fire class.
That was an amazing class, amazing Saturday morning class. I had like 6 people in there. It was great.
That's awesome.
I just can't wait to eventually teach a full class while understanding the structure of the class, right? Like at a certain point in time, you got to move into strength training, and then you got to move into flexibility. And I don't have that in the back of my head yet. And the name of the game is just repetition. So eventually we'll get there from being out on the mat as much as possible. But I love the role. I'm headed towards eventually owning another school, which is really cool, and I really can't wait to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
bro.
very, very excited.
So, you were talking about sales. That's like one of the skills that I taught myself from scratch and that I'm super passionate about. So what's like the number one thing that you've learned about sales, working in sales?
I believe my first job in sales was, working at Zoomies, and I was a sales representative at Zoomies, and I had to sell clothing, and I had to sell the skateboards. I made the skateboards.
You worked at Zoomies?
Yeah, when I was like 17.
That was like my first job.
Yeah, I loved Zoomies, bro. Zoomies was great job.
That's great.
I learned how to
Smart.
sell the shirts, and as soon as somebody comes in, hey, what's going on? Can I help
I
you?
feel like every. Sorry,
Yeah, and you know,
I did not mean to get off
you
topic.
were probably good at Zoomies too, weren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know why I think I was so good at Zoomies? I think you were probably the same way too, is because I was a big people person, always growing up. And in school, I was a delinquent and a degenerate, but I was a mature delinquent and degenerate. So when I had to face teachers, I was very good at selling myself on the teachers. And I was getting in trouble all the time. I was in the office all the time, and I'm always talking to the teachers. And I got very good at, being like, listen, everything's all right, dude. I was just messing around. I'm a young kid, man. And like talking to the teachers.
Just having a way
and they were like,
of
all right,
words.
Charlie, look, I get it, man. Like, just don't let it happen again.
Yeah.
I think my art of sales came from that originally.
Yeah. Same,
Just like
bro.
personally
Same.
being that like type of
Yeah.
like kid,
No,
right?
Same.
And
That's
then
exactly,
you grow up
yeah.
and you start to, school is meant to teach you how to learn, and I did not listen to that at all. And as soon as I got out of it, I had to teach myself how to learn. So I learned how to learn, and then I learned that you have to read books, you have to watch. So I started reading a lot of books on sales. So far, my favorite book is Jordan Belfort's Wolf of Wall Street book. That is an amazing book on
Yeah.
sales.
Amazing movie too.
Yeah, great movie as well. So
Yeah.
I think it just came from school, man. I've always been like natural salesman or like a persuader.
So it's hard to learn sales, and a lot of people just like anything else are either good at it naturally or not good at it naturally. So to the people who aren't good at it naturally, like because sales is everything, right? You're either selling something to someone or you're being sold something.
Yeah.
Rather it's a relationship, a friendship, a business, like whatever it is.
Yep.
Everything is sales. So I think it could be beneficial if we all give like one piece of sales advice that we've learned throughout the years in sales. You want to go first? So one piece of advice.
I got it. You have to really truly believe in your heart that whatever it is that you're selling,
That's a really good one.
That is a good one.
it works.
Yeah.
And like I fully in my heart feel that what we do changes lives.
Yeah.
Changed my life for the better. I've seen it change a lot of people's lives for the better.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I feel like it's just easy because like I'm so passionate about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna like if somebody's like subtly turned off because maybe they just don't know. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know what, like back like no, I'm gonna continue to be super passionate and until they experience it themselves.
Yeah.
Love that one. Yeah, confidence is believing in what you are selling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would probably say putting in the work. I think that finding a role of being in a manager position or a salesman position is hard to find unless you put yourself into it. You kind of have to change your perspective on everything if you don't have the opportunity. For instance, I was thrown into a manager position at Tiger Schulman's, and I had the opportunity to learn sales by having to do them.
Yeah.
And if you start to take your perspective and change a little bit on relationships with people and just like everything that you're doing in life is like selling something, it teaches you how to be a good salesman, or even forcing yourself into that role. You want to become a salesman, you want to learn how to do sales. Well, create a product and start cold calling people and learn how to do sales by putting in the hours. You get better by by believing in the product it is, and then creating that script behind everything, right? Having a script to go off of a straight sales tactic, and then
For sure.
putting in the hours. So I'd
That's
say
a great
putting
one.
in the hours.
Putting in the work.
What about you?
I would say to remember that price is only important in the absence of value. So, like, for example, we're all super passionate about what we sell. So we have to make the value, like, as we have to express how the value of what we're selling is going to change somebody's life.
Yeah.
And, like I said, price is only important in the absence of value. So, like, if what we're selling is $250 a month and they say, oh, no, I don't want that, it's not worth it to me, then we need to reevaluate how we express the value of what we're selling, right? Because if we said, okay, forget Tiger Schulman's, I'll give you a Lamborghini for $250 a month, they'd be like, a Lamborghini for $250 a month? I got
they
that.
already know.
But figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
So when I first started to learn sales, and I wasn't closing as many deals, then I just had to refigure out like how I'm showing people the value of this, and asking questions to make people understand why they need what we're selling, and like making them sell themselves on it, right? We just explain to them, like we show them the value of what we have.
So when we talk about your company, Phase 2 Fitness,
Yeah.
if I were to want to get into it, like what are some of the steps that I would have to take in order to join your company?
Great
what does
question.
that look like?
Yeah. So first thing you got to do is you got to be willing to put in the work, and you have to have a clear set of goals of what you want to accomplish. So, whether it's building muscle, losing fat, toning your body, or learning how to fight, learning self-defense, or wanting to build confidence, you have to know exactly what you want and why you want it, and be willing to invest in yourself and put in the work, and just put your trust into me, and let me take care of the rest. So all you got to do is go to phase2_fitness on Instagram and DM me the fist emoji. Let me know that you came from this podcast, and we'll get you set up. Part of my offer is once you're enrolled in the program, I give you a free gym membership for the entire duration of the program.
That's awesome.
I send you a free pair of boxing gloves, and I make sure that the gym that we get you set up at has a heavy bag. So right from your phone, once you're enrolled in the program, we create you a custom program for exactly what you'll do in the gym side, like with the strength training, so that way we can help you build muscle. And then we have a kickboxing curriculum to help you learn self-defense straight from your phone, paired with a nutrition program to all around help you get into the best shape of your life physically and mentally.
Phase 2 Fitness. Us.
That's awesome.
Now, through the next year, do you have any big plans, any big goals, or you could just continue to, continue up? Man?
Yeah, continue to scale. I'm working on hiring an entire team in 2026.
There it is.
So I got some great coaches that are gonna join the Phase 2 team, and they're gonna help with the program, creating the kickboxing curriculum, some nutrition counseling, some new nutrition counselors, and just the goal is to become the biggest business that has the mission to help as many people on earth build the level of confidence that we have.
Yeah.
Right. We all know how life-changing it is to feel real, genuine confidence.
Yep.
And my mission is to spread that to as many people as possible. And they can do it from anywhere, anytime, right from my app on the phone. So that's what 2026 is going to look like for me.
Here we go. I can't wait. I'm here to support every bit of it, and I just can't wait to see you be successful. You're going to kill it, dude. Everybody